Love is the sweetest of all the emotions. Love means to nurture a life with care and compassion without judging the other person. Honestly speaking, if you ask me, love is a garden of roses filled with sights and scents. It is a garden full of possibilities that can turn your life around. No wonder they say प्यार में लोग पागल हो जाते हैं, and why not? This craziness called love hits us after we consume a drug, because it secretes oxytocin and dopamine in our body. Love can be so rosy, love can be so beautiful, but a relationship is not a cakewalk. A romantic relationship is affected by everything external: your society, the social media, your teachers, your friends, your colleagues, and whatnot. With time, the roots of relationships have jumped from security and satisfaction to anxiety and extreme behavior. Hello, dear listeners. I am Ankita Sharma, and you are listening to Blunt Bowl. Today, I'll be sharing this one story with you that I heard 6 years ago, and it's a true story, by the way. It is still giving me goosebumps telling it to you, and it was shocking back then too. So, listen to it very carefully because it carries a huge lesson for us, the generation that has virtual reality at its peak. Also, this might change your perspective about love and virtual world forever. This is a revenge story starring a boy, a girl, and the internet. It all starts in the first year of college when they meet and they talk, and then they talk and they meet, and then they again meet and they talk, and this goes on till a point attraction spurs in their hearts, and yes, they start liking each other. Then they took the next step. They came in a relationship. The honeymoon phase starts. It's super smooth. It's super rosy. Everything seems perfect. There are dates, movie nights, long drives, studies, projects. Everything is done on time. Indeed, it's a dream come true. However, the prince and the princess don't have this phase forever, and reality hits them quite soon. But what's the good point of having a honeymoon phase is that it allows you and your partner to grow that trust, that bond within each other. So, by that time, the bond and the trust between them had actually escalated to a whole new level. They were very comfortable with each other, they could share things, something really personal about some fights with friends, fights in families, some disagreements, and whatnot. They could share it because they never thought they would be judged. They thought that they are safe with the other person, and the other person too will keep their identity, opinions very secure. Physical intimacy too, at this point, started to spur. And physical intimacy too was a part of all this. They started sexting, exchanging nudes, semi-nudes, pictures and videos. They started trusting each other, right? So, what could go wrong in sharing such content with the person you are dating? What could possibly go wrong? It's a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. The petals of the rose shredded, leaving only thorns behind. The space that once it was filled with serenity and peace, with time became stagnant and fierce. The once perfect person is now labeled with flaws. Things went down between the two. Dear listeners, relationships are like that actually. Most of the relationships we have, out of which only a very few make it till the end. Rest, yeah, they go away. The beauty of it fades away because it was not very deep. However, things were not gonna go very well for the girl. She was frustrated, exhausted, and she just wanted to leave the relationship. But he was not letting her leave it. At first, he tried to please her to stay in the relation. This soon turned into yelling, snapping, and the emotional torture increased each day. First of all, it's not easy to leave someone whom you have been with, even for a few months. Nextly, when that person pleases you and after a point really goes to the next level to placate you to be there, things are not easy. There's this mental turmoil that is going on in your life and you cannot get over it. This way you're actually, these things pull everything around your life down too. She was already going through a turmoil, but then he took that one step that devastated her life. After a point, he blackmailed her that he would leak her nudes to public, his friends, her friends, and their families. Breakups are not the prettiest part of any relationship. I accept that. But this took the pain, fear, and anxiety of leaving the person to another level. She went through that mental hell for 2 months straight. Each moment she was alive, she felt threatened. She felt traumatized. She felt that she should, just die. You see, we are in India, and if not just in India, but any part of the world, who would want such thing to happen? She really wanted someone. She really wanted to talk to someone, express what she is going through, but it was too late. Within 2 weeks, he released her nudes to his friends and her friends. Her social life was destroyed at that moment. She couldn't go to college. She couldn't have a change of air. She was just there in her room for 2 months straight. She had her exams in which she failed miserably. Her parents thought maybe it was some career pressure, maybe something has happened to her mentally, but they were not interested. How could any parent think that their daughter is going through that? She knew she was going down the spiral. And one day she thought to herself, when will this stop? And how will this stop? And who will stop it? She took the bold step and went straight to her mother. She told her everything. Her mother yelled at her. There was a lot of screaming and shouting, and the girl was on the listening side mostly. But after that, they went to the police. They caught the guy, and ever since that, he has not seen her, she has not seen him. That's the end of the story. Guys, I want you all to know that cyberbullying, trolling, emotional blackmailing, and such major trust breaks are very real, and this is a true story. I want you all to know that you should never share such content with anyone, and even if you are sharing it, you should share it on a very safe platform and make sure that you have established that level of trust between the other person. Screenshots are real, guys, and cyber laws in India are not that tough that your case can be cracked easily. Next thing is, never trust someone way too much. She trusted the person, and in her nude photos, her face was out there. That's why it was very difficult for her to save herself, save her prestige. So never do that. Nextly, never succumb to such behavior. If someone is trying to threaten you, you should really get help. You should go to your friends. You should go to a mentor. It's important to speak the truth. So what if it is embarrassing, but at least you will get some help from the other person. Go to your mentor, go to your friends, go to a professor. If you work, go to your colleagues, go to someone in the senior position, and then go to the police. Make sure you know the laws that are meant to protect you, and don't be afraid. You'll never be alone if something like that happens. You will always have someone. Take care, listeners. Thank you for listening.